Hey, I'm Miles Smith and this is my new EP, A Minute. A minute represents a moment in everyone's life where they can be stopped in their tracks and their life change for the rest of time. This is Miles Smith and you're listening to my new EP, A Minute, out now on Spotify. Click the link to check it out.
Lean into the sounds you love. Take your playlists anywhere with offline downloads, or play your song of the moment again and again with unlimited repeats. Get all the music without hearing audio ads on Spotify Premium. Tap the banner to learn more.
Ugh. What's this? Ugh. Oh. What's the time? Oh, God. Oh. Hello there. I was going to do a review for this new Dream Theater album, Parasomnia or whatever it's called. I stuck it on, but I've fallen asleep. I've had a horrible dream. It was absolutely horrible. Oh God. I need to get this done because all the prog YouTubers, they're reviewing this and I need to review it. But I just put it on and I've fallen asleep and I've had a horrible dream. It's absolutely horrible. I'll tell you what happened. Hello there. Sorry to interrupt the show like this, but I just wanted to say near the beginning of the video, because it's a thing that proper YouTubers do, I would just like to ask you if this is possible, because I don't know how many times I've asked you, and if you haven't, you really should have by now. So if you haven't, could you please subscribe to the video? Where am I? Oh, am I awake or am I asleep? What's going on? Is this real or is it not real? You said real strange then. It's just real, Andy. It's just real. What are you doing all this real? What's that about? Anyway, get back into the dream. Oh, I seem to be stuck in this sort of dream theatre space. There's nothing here, but just a sort of general ambience of horror and sort of pomp and 80s metal. It's all sort of swimming around me at the moment. I don't know what to say. There's what's this? What is it? Hang on. I know. I'm just going to go down here into the lower bit of the space I'm in at the moment. This is floating. What's this? Cheese? Cheshire cheese. Crumbly, zesty and underrated. Yeah, but look, there's a bit missing. The cheese is lacking something. Look, there's a big lump missing. It's not complete. The cheese is just to be I understand now. This lump of cheese represents dream theatre, doesn't it? And it's not been complete. It makes sense now. Because their lead singer, if you think about it, their lead singer is called Le Brie. And Le Brie is French for the cheese. He's the head cheese, isn't he? But what's this bit here? This is Mike Portnoy. They haven't been complete. The cheese hasn't been able to be completed, but they're all back together now. And now we've got the full cheese. That's what we have here. Full cheese. In a dreamlike other state. A dreamlike state where you can't criticise them for the cheese because they can't help it, can they? They can't help the cheese, can they? Because they're I mean, you know, they're in a somnambulist state, aren't they? That's the thing with them. They can't help it. They're like sort of sleepy zombies, you know. It's a bit like when Metallica went all commercial and did that Enter Sandman song, you know. Oh, I thought it was a bit wimpy myself, you know, them trying to scare me with the thought of the Sandman coming to get me when I'm in bed. I thought I've grown out of that, James Hetfield. I've grown out of it. But this is the conceptual continuity that links this band together, isn't it? Is this the conceptual album where the overriding theme is being asleep and stuff happening in your sleep, but to me, listening to it, the overriding theme is cheese, as it always has been with dream theatre. So, shall we just get out of this space and I'll wake up and we'll finish off the video. I ain't going to be able to get to my studio because I'm in bed at the moment, dreaming. Like, you know, I'll put the album on and I'm going in and out of sleep. But I think this dream, I've been able to sort of analyse it, and it's the theme for my video is cheese. We're going wobbly now. Yeah, keep going wobbly and then we'll be back in the real world. Oh, that was horrible. Penguin, I had a terrible dream. Oh, I'm not going to sleep. This is dream theatre again. Review or no review. Oh, you're still here, are you? Good. I had a terrible dream. I'll come over and tell you all about it. Sorry about this. Oh, be back. I'm going to make my bed. Been watching Jordan Peterson videos. Supposed to make your bed in the morning. Gorilla, you keep it warm for me, mate. There we go. Oh, my hat fell off as well. Oh, I hate when that happens. Penguin, you go there. You look after the bed. Put your hat back on because the hat fell off. Oh, how are you lot? It's a bit different, isn't it? It's a bit different, isn't it? This is a bit different. Oh God. I'm sure the Americans are thinking, what's he got a hat on in bed? You do not understand how an Englishman operates, do you Americans? You know, you don't understand, do you, how it's essential an English gentleman to have his hat in bed, just in case such a thing happens that you wake up in the morning after having a terrible nightmare and then have to present yourself to the general public, which is what I'm doing now. And the reason I'm doing such a sort of opulent video is because I'm not a Dream Theater fan. I don't like Dream Theater that much. I wouldn't listen to this album except that you lot like them. Well, some of you do. They're a prog band, and this, this channel's got a prog audience, so I feel the need to review this album. So I've had a listen to it, but I don't know what I'm comparing it to. I haven't heard all the Dream Theater albums, so I'm going to give you my review, and this is the review of the album. Okay, Mike Portnoy's back in the band, so the magic's back. Okay, the missing jigsaw piece is back in there. It doesn't matter about the fact that Mangini is one of the most ridiculous drummers on the planet. That's not what it's about. It's about charisma. It's about the magic, right? They're back. They're all back. And they're back in this like dreamlike state, this conceptual dream thing that's going on with this album. When you look at the artwork, we've got that sort of schlocky, prog metal, dreamy sort of fantasy art look on the artwork, which is good. They're in a haunted house. There's a scary woman in. You look in the background, there's a black figure with a hat on. Obviously an English gentleman, just got out of bed, lurking. English gentlemen never lurk. Anyway, the point is that from the album artwork to the way that the standard Dream Theater logo, what we've got here is Dream Theater are returning to form. They are delivering the platonic Dream Theater album, which they probably never have. The closest being perhaps Images and Words, because that was the album that made them hugely successful. And so they've returned to that really, and it's got all the magical elements. And when I listen to it, I feel that these are middle-aged gentlemen that realise they're at that point in their career that it's make or break now. And they're having to play, their four aces. This album is them playing their four aces, because last year when they went out on tour, only half the people turned up. They realised they were on diminishing returns. And so rather than just call it a day and, bask in their millions that they must have made from being in that band, they decided they're giving it one last go. If this doesn't work, Dream Theater's over. So it's a gamble. And when you're gambling like this, you're not going to take a risk. Listening to the album, they do everything it's all the time. They're just delivering. It's like, here for the people like the sort of proggy sort of conceptual thing, we've got this concept, and it's the best one. You can have ghosts, haunted houses, they love the types that like Dream Theater. They love a bit of that, and the thing I don't like about Dream Theater is they're basically an 80s hair metal band with tricky bits to play in. That's what they are. So once you get past the virtuosity, you're basically dealing with cheese. And the overriding theme of this is cheese. Now, these guys know what cheese is. Without a doubt, they know what cheese is. And they know how to not do cheese and how to do cheese. And what I find wonderful about this album is once you have that conceptual framework for it, once you know that these guys are brilliant musicians who know what they're doing, and they've taken everything in around them and they're playing their ace card. But what I find listening to it is there keeps being moments of I go, I love this. This is amazing. John Petrucci will drop some guitar thing, and especially the guitar solos. I'm like, this is wild and crazy. And I think he's taken a leaf out of Nuno Betten's Court's book with that Extreme album, going, let's just go for it. And it's not just about being a virtuoso guitarist. It's about delivering a rock guitar solo. So there has to be drama. And there's musical moments in here that are abstract and dark and twisted and really, really brilliant. I love them. Absolutely love them. And then the next thing, you've got the old, James Labrie up front, going singing about something that only a 7-year-old would be scared of, and we're supposed to go into that adolescent world. But that's what Dream Theater are. If you like Dream Theater, it's an adolescent band. It's the same people who like Lord of the Rings and people like Harry Potter. It's something that you like when you're a teenager or even a child. That's what Dream Theater is. There's nothing wrong with it. I love Lord of the Rings. I love Star Wars. I love all that. But that's what they are. And they know that's what they are. And they are playing it the best way they possibly could. That's what I felt. They're an incredible band. There's moments of dazzling virtuosity. Of course, my big problem with a lot of this modern rock music, metal prog, it's just the fact that I know it's recorded in a recording studio. I know how they record it. Everything's done separately. Everything's done a million times. There is no edge. There's no quirk. There's just them carving everything into utter perfection. And your jaw's supposed to hit the floor going, oh my God, how can they play like that? Now, they really can play like that. Back in 2009, I opened up for Dream Theater on their UK tour. They're an incredible band. I'd always take the mickey out of them, but then standing in front of them and seeing them play live on the sound check and just watching them play, I was like, bloody hell, I shouldn't be taking the mickey out of this lot. They're ridiculous. And they are. And not only are they ridiculous, there is a magic chemistry of these 5 people together. There really is. And I think when Portnoy's not there, then it's John Petrucci's band. And John Petrucci's tried to become the focus. There needs to be a focus. My Young's not. He's obviously got some sort of, lack of social skills. He can't talk to anybody, can he? He's just stuck in the background, Jordan Rudess seems like a very happy, a happy wizard. That's what he's like in the corner. But of course, they've had a rotating keyboard for a few years, so they've had different. I mean, in Jordan's case, it's literally a rotating keyboard. So Jordan's a newer member. They've had all the other blokes in the band, but he's been there for a while. But he can't become the focus. Every band has to have its Robert Fripp, and it's Petrucci until Mike joins the band. And then when Mike joins the band, they have the heart back, because I saw them live, all right, and it was like there was more lights on Mike than there was on James the Big Cheese, as I now call him. And so that's what they've been lacking. And Mike's a brilliant drummer, but he's also got a ton of charisma, and that's the thing nobody realises. He's the funny guy. He's the one that's lively, and that's livened up this album. Is Mike being there? It's livened them all up. I think it's a really, really good album, as much as I can say to you with my limited knowledge of Dream Theater. The only actual Dream Theater album I own is Images of Words, and I prefer this album to Images of Words. It's probably sacrilege, but because they have put a few bits in for me to like. They're incredible players, and I love Jordan Rudess's really authentic keyboard sounds. He's got really incredible biting Hammond organ sounds and proper Moog sounds, and that's all great. There's a grit and a sort of John Lord bite to Jordan's Rudess's playing. Petrucci is off the scale. He really is an incredible guitarist, and he's doing interesting things on the guitar. My Young's doing whatever he does on bass. I don't know. I never notice him really. And Portnoy fills. I reckon every 4 seconds on average, you're going to get a Portnoy fill, which is basically, it's like the platonic version of a Neil Peart fill. So what we're talking about is a lot of panoramic toms. So there's loads of panoramic toms. Sometimes they have to really carve out a big lot of space so that Portnoy can go as he works his way all the way round, the kit, I mean, it takes him so long to get round that kit that he meets himself coming round the other way. That's what it sounds like to me. A fun album, don't take it seriously. It's about sleepwalking. Great playing. It's what you want. It does what it says on the tin. The interesting thing is here is they put this album out now. Right, so this is their big statement. They put it out. We're all reviewing it. Even I'm reviewing it. I've got nothing to say on it, which is why I've had to fill it up with a load of stupid, abstract, nonsense, which is what I've done. But I hope you enjoyed it. There is a sort of meaning behind all the stuff at the beginning of the video. It sort of sets up this idea of what is great about this album. Ooh, what the hell's this? Hang on, what the hell's this doing in here on the floor? I never got the... Whoa, that's weird. This has been left on the floor. I don't like that. How can this be left on the floor? I mean, I don't have cheese. Why is it going to dark for? Why is it going dark? And why is there cheese in my room? Oh no, I'm still asleep. Sorry to interrupt this show in this rude and annoying way, but I just wanted to tell you about a few ways that you can support me here on YouTube and get access to even more weirder and wackier content. First of all, you could become a patron. You could become a free member or a paid up member. I have over 300 extra videos on there, and if you don't even want to become a member, please pop over, because you can access my collections where you can purchase even more weirder and wackier video content. If you want to support me financially with a little tip, buy me some biscuits or maybe some crisps, you could pop over to my PayPal tip jar. I also have a Substack where I have lots of clever, academic and thought out articles where I explain my ideas on art, culture and creativity in a more intelligent way than I do here, plus a whole ton of podcasts. If you want to know what my music sounds like, you can pop over to my Bandcamp. Over there, you'll be able to listen to over 50 albums, and if you want to access them all, you could become a subscriber. And last but not least, if you want to support the wonderful studio where I film these lovely videos, which is actually a charity trying to help people out in the community become more creative, here is the website where you could drop a few pounds or dollars or whatever the currency is in your country in there. Thanks for listening, and back to the show.